Today I'm going to really assess and see how well did I do on this trip, this little family gathering. And I'm sorry, you might hear me wheeze a little bit. I still have a cold, so I'm still working on that. But I really wanted to think it through in terms of how I did, you know, uh, with the good and the bad and the ugly. So I would say, first of all, the hotel. Hotel Montage, I think it was called, not a chain hotel. So they were really focused on the best service they could give. And they really did do that. And anything we asked, that it was there. We had a refrigerator, we had a microwave. It was awesome. Um, the one thing that I think that I struggled again was with the tub. I don't do well with the tub, and it's just the way it is. I have some recommendations for the hotel, and let's see if they're open to it. It seems like they're making some changes now, so it might be that they will adjust and include those changes that are needed. Um, the other thing is the bed. I did not master the bed, and you'll see why. I'll put a picture, in here so that you can see it. There you go. So you can see that the bed, I'd be lying flat completely, and that is very something that's very difficult for me because of my nerves on my back. So that was very difficult. I had to get up at 2, 3 in the morning to pace because the hotel, the bed was just, it was a Murphy bed, so it was low enough I could get in and I could get out with minor struggle. But just lying in the bed during the night was pretty bad for me. I don't think there was anything wrong with the bed. It was just my back and my needs. So that the bed I didn't do well. With the microwave, I'm going to give one of those recommendations to the hotel to always put the microwave, if they have somebody coming in with a wheelchair, to put the microwave on the counter. They had it up in the cabinet, and so I had to reach high or stand up for a few seconds on my walker and handle it that way. But it was difficult. So I'll give that recommendation. So it was the tub, I think, and the bed. They were the biggest struggles. And and those are just minor, but they're big, if you're going to take a shower. And they're big if you need to sleep every night. But I'm not sure the hotel could fix the bed situation, but I think they could put an effort in the tub situation and put in some roll-in showers. I don't think that would cost them too much to do, but let's see what comes of my letter. Let's see. I was able to get around just fine with my family. If it was long distance, I had my scooter that my brother rented for me, so I was running around with them and keeping up just fine. So that wasn't an issue. The scooter was a good brand and had springs in it, everything else, and so the potholes weren't a big deal. um, and we went all kinds of places. I was in Boucherville, Quebec, so we went to the Biosphere, we went to the art museum, we went to a community festival. So we went all over the place, and I'll put some pictures here and there. So in that sense, it went well. Now, let me get to a part where the evaluation kind of goes awry. Getting there wasn't an issue. I took the airlines, and the guys were really, really nice, and all three of them came to me and explained how we were going to do this airplane thing, how they were going to get me on the airplane. And they explained the aisle chair, all that kind of stuff. And they introduced themselves, so they were very polite and very kind. And so that went very well. The going went well. I can't explain exactly what happened coming back. Coming back, there's a little bit more of a rush because um, I got on the plane in Montreal, flew back to Chicago, and when the airline was ready, when everybody disembarked, then they explained to me, they were trying to get the guys and the equipment that they needed, the aisle chair and all that kind of stuff, and we did that just fine. Um, then when we were getting off the plane, you know how you have that threshold between the airplane door and the walkway. So going to Montreal wasn't an issue. We were able to get over that threshold just fine. The guys really focused on each other and they counted. They picked me up and got me over that threshold. But when I was coming back, somebody dropped the back part of the wheelchair, the aisle chair. So we were getting over the threshold and bam! So I saw stars and I thought, what the heck? I just thought for a second. I didn't say anything because I just, you're at the point where you just want to get home. So I don't know who dropped me. I don't know whose hand slipped on the back part of the aisle chair. But I did file a complaint, and the airline did call me. Customer service called me. So at this point, I don't want to mention the airline because, see what comes of it. But I just mentioned a list of things that I thought was very important for the airlines to do from then on. This airlines in recent past, has had a lot of trouble with people with disabilities, and they are in a very, very deep hole. And I think a lot of people know that. I know that. So I just said, I want you to get out of this hole you're in. And, here is a list of recommendations I can give you. And if there's anything else I can do to help you guys do this better and stop dropping people, let me know. So, I wasn't angry. I'm going to be a little bruised, a little sore for a couple of days, and that's no big deal. And some people might say, no, Lisa, it is a big deal. And you have to pick your battles. I want this airline to improve and not get on the defense of everything. I want this airline to wake up, and I want this airline to create tools that they need to be able to handle with people with disabilities. So we'll see how it goes. In a month, they said they would get back to me to let me know, decisions or, other recommendations that I might have. So we'll see. That was a difficult piece. To think that they have gone through all these mistakes and they do it again. So, and I said to them in my brief letter, I said, you just did it again. So what's going on with this? Anyone who cannot handle weight or doesn't feel secure in getting over and picking someone up. And I said, I get it. Picking up someone is very difficult. Very difficult. It's not fun and games. But you have to figure out ways to protect your staff, to protect the person you're picking up, and making sure that it is possible and not an impossible task. So anyway, we talked for quite a bit because they did call me and we talked. So I am very curious as to where this is going to go. But, it is really important to file something right away so that, the airlines knows what happened, and that it's fresh in your mind and fresh in their minds. I'm sure they're going to contact the staff and ask them what happened, and see what they say, happened or didn't happen. So, that was, it was a 5 second frustrating moment, and a surprise moment, because I thought, they can't be doing this again. I don't think they'll do it again. And they did. People, airlines, wake up, So I don't want to say the airlines because, we're still in dialogue, and I want this to go well. I'm not interested in any kind of compensation at all. I want them to really put efforts and their energy into improving and making sure that doesn't happen over and over again. So I want to show some photos along with this video, so because I promised that, and it was a lot of fun, with family, no issues. My brother and nephew, they were putting in the scooter into the car and out of the car, just no problem, because they could fold it up or take it apart. I don't know what they had to do. I think they had to take out the battery and then fold down the handle and something else. So, and it wasn't too hard, so they would just put it in the trunk, close the trunk, and off we went. So, still my dream is that, I will be able next time maybe bring my own wheelchair, because it's comfortable, I'm familiar with it, and in scooters, you have to make those big radius turns. So, and you have to be careful, make sure who's around, who's not around to make those turns, especially when you're in a museum, an art museum. You don't want to knock anything over that's of value. But no, we did a lot of fun things. I think that overall, I handled it well. My only concern is the bed, because the bed has been a difficulty for me for years, and thank goodness I have my special bed here now, and I've been sleeping very, very well. So that tells me, the difference between a regular bed and this kind of bed, and we'll see in the future what can be done for me to be able to handle a bed. And I don't know what that would be. But I would say Butcherville is a cute little town, or county. I'm not sure it's a county or a town. But they have, they have some pretty old buildings. And, I went to church one Sunday to a building that had been built probably in the late 1700s, early 1800s. And it was very interesting building. It was made out of stone. So, and the altar and everything was beautiful. Very different, very European. It had all these gold leaf and gold framed and gold this and gold that. So, not my taste, but it was the times. That's how they built things back then. So just to have a taste of history and their history, and the church was beautiful and well kept. So we saw a lot of other older buildings in the 1800s, late 1700s, I want to say. But beautiful, cute little downtown, Butcherville. And but going back to the hotel a little bit, the hotel is not a chain, and anything that we needed or requested, it was all there. They had a little restaurant there. There was excellent service. So we really enjoyed being in the restaurant, making a lot of noise as a family, and they enjoyed us too, I'm sure. So we went there for breakfast, we went there for dinner, because it was close by. But overall, I would say I handled it Would I do it again in a longer distance? I don't think so. There's no way. So, I think, just the few days I was there, that was good enough. And I'm glad I got back because my cold was getting worse. And it really needed to be tackled before it got any worse. I'm feeling better. I'm hoping they get me out of quarantine soon. They put me in quarantine because here in the community they don't want to spread this kind of germ. It's a virus. It's a respiratory virus. So, with people who are even more frail than I am, you don't want to spread that around. So that's why they're being cautious. But one of the members has permission to come in with a mask on, and she'll come in and talk to me for a little bit. So, and bring me some tea. So that's fun. Would I recommend this hotel to someone else? Yeah, I would. I would. For people with disabilities, are the rooms 100% accessible? No, they're not. They have tubs. They had a seat in the tub for me, but still a little precarious for me to get in and out. So I'm hoping that with my letter I can encourage them at least to look at the possibility of a roll-in shower, and always remember to put the microwave down on the counter for someone with in mobility issues. The beds are fine. And that's all I can think of really. The tub and the microwave were the two biggest things that could have been adjusted. Oh, well, the tub, let's see what they do. Hopefully with my letter, that'll encourage them to look into it. Yeah, they would be the only ones in that area to be completely accessible if they did make those changes. Did I do okay? I would say in general I did okay, and I think the few days I was there, was fine. I don't think I would have stayed any longer due to the cold, because I did need some treatment and to get checked up. I do have asthma, so a cold like that will throw me off a little bit. So that's what I wanted to share, really. The airline is a concern, and I certainly will. They will follow up with me, and I will keep you posted on what happens with that. And hopefully it goes down a good road, in not a conflict. I don't want compensation. Zero compensation. That's not what I want. That's not what this is about. This is about the airline improving their techniques, their training, their safety protocols in helping people with disabilities. It really is about that than anything else. So let's see how it goes. And for any airline, that's what I want. For them to have good safety protocols, good techniques, and especially when you're helping someone get from, that aisle chair through that threshold, because that is the most difficult one. It's difficult to pick up a human being. We weigh a lot, especially those of us with disabilities. We're a little bit more chunkier, so it's not easy. And I don't have a magical answer. I think this is. I just said to the airline, go back to the drawing board, see what you need to do with that threshold. On the first threshold that I was put over, I could see the ground. The distance between the plane and the walkway was pretty wide, and they got me over. Not a problem. Coming back, it wasn't the same. There wasn't any distance. It's just that lip in the airplane door, and getting over to the walkway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But any questions, any comments, any recommendations that you would seek from me, please feel free to do that. I'll post plenty of pictures, and I hope to see you in the next one.